Hey, 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 beautiful earthlings. Welcome to this weekly intuitive energy forecast. My name is Lisa Diane Lyle, and this is my heart here on YouTube. How are we all doing? It is February the 22nd. We're going to get right into it. As you can see, I've already got the Palo Santo going. I've got the singing bowl here. What a day. What a day. What a year. What a week. What a month. What a life it's been. So, at this time, I'd like to ask that I am a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, helping us to stabilize and become the clarified sacred ground at this time. Whew. Oh my gosh, everyone. How are you doing? It feels like it's been a long time since we've connected here. It's only been since Friday. Today is Sunday. As I said, it's Sunday, February the 22nd. Hey, hey, Angel Guides 111. Welcome. It's Sunday. I returned to work today after 9 straight days off. I don't even feel prepared to return to work, quite honestly. I feel like I could use another 9 days, maybe 10, 9 weeks off. Energetically, you may be feeling similar things. It feels, I will be honest, since we connected on Friday, I have felt the energy has been very shaky. And it really feels like it's as a result of everything that's been going on for a long time. And in particular, last week with the eclipse and Neptune and Saturn passing one another just 2 days ago at 0 degrees of Aries, the beginning, the brand new beginning. It's like we've now entered labor. We've now entered labor pains, and the head has begun to crown. And if you have ever given birth, you know it is time to bear down and start working more consciously with our breath. It's really interesting. Here Friday night during the live, in one of the messages that was being delivered, the word that came through was disseminate. And, I had an idea of what the word meant. I didn't know the true definition. This morning, I was guided to look up the true definition of disseminate, and it is scattering or propagating the seeds that we are sowing. And so that's really, really beautiful confirmation of the fact that we are growing and we're continuing to scatter our seeds of love. And we may feel shaky. We may feel shaky. We may feel that we're doing it on our own. How can you support yourself as you continue to sow those beautiful seeds of love from which you have grown and you continue to grow? Let's do some sound right now and see if I can settle myself down. I really strongly, just as I turned on the camera, I was like, you should have been standing. You should have been standing. And I really didn't feel like standing. I really didn't feel like standing. And yet there is a need for us to stand and stabilize right here and right now on the ground that we are standing. So I guess I am going to stand. I'm just going to move off to the side so you don't see just my body here, my torso. Okay, so that feels a little bit better. Let's tune in. I was strongly guided. I don't normally do this on a Sunday, but I was strongly guided to work with the Archangel Michael, the Blue Angel Oracle. And I really feel like as we move into this week, we may feel like we're on shaky ground. We may feel like we just want to hermit away in our cave, in our homes, and not really go out there into the world, because these are rapidly changing times we're living in, and we are the ones that are rapidly changing. And the title of this live today, from shaky to stable, sacred ground. And so, even when we're feeling shaky, can we still show up for ourselves? Of course, we can. And we must listen within to what it is that we need. And so, on this day, my day back, first day back on the job after some time away, it's like there's almost this energy of not wanting to leave the sacred space, not wanting to go out in the world and show face. It's much easier to stay in the safe zone. And yet I keep hearing, it's like, remember the seeds you have sown. And so, it's like that child that's taking their first steps, just learning how to walk. They're wobbly, and they may fall down a time or two, or a couple hundred times, and yet they continue to get back up. And then they learn that it's about how they can stabilize through their feet. And it's a learning, every day is an opportunity for learning for us. Quite honestly, this energetic hasn't been present in a very long time. And it feels like I haven't personally felt a shift like this in a very long time, probably a dozen years. And so, with that being said, it's indicative of this tremendously large cycle wrapping up for all of us. And the strongest message that's coming through is stick with it. Don't worry if you're feeling shaky. Tune in. How can you stabilize? How can you support yourself? And we may find, the dog just did a big sigh here. Look at this. It flipped out. Eternal love and protection. And that is exactly why I was guided to this deck, so that I can come here and remind all of you, we are within the experience guided and protected. With our heart, our body, our vessel guides us all the time. And our vessel just wants to feel safe and secure from the inside. And so, as we continue to trust our heart, our eternal guide, know that we are in the embrace of eternal love and protection, regardless of, how things play out here on this planetary realm. The ultimate goal, if you will, or the ultimate reward, is to be present and peaceful in the moment, even when we feel shaky and we don't want to leave. And you may find, this week, or, in recent days, that you've been coming up against some resistance. I have, in the form of a dog named Rex. The last 2 walks have been incredibly frustrating for me. He's almost being like, it's been such a change. His character seems to have changed, or his energy seems to, not his character, his energy seems to have changed in the last few days. And it's quite challenging. I'm finding it quite challenging to navigate his energy as well as my own. And so they just said, stick close to home, focus on home. The next card out is the Crimson Angel, the Healing Angel. So now that's 3 ones across the board. We are in the embrace of eternal love and protection as we're healing 111. The one live viewer that's commented here, Angel Guides 111. Stick to your vision. Wishes and dreams do come true. I know I sound like a broken record. I feel like a broken record. I just want to throw the needle off the vinyl and say enough. And then, Something on the inside says, remember, you're here on this path of mastery, co creating with the divine. You are the empress or the emperor, depending on whether you're male or female. You are the emperor and or empress in your own life, in charge of your own energy, with the loving hand of God all over us. You may notice I shared a song here in the live stream comments. Yesterday I was out walking and I haven't heard the song in a very, very long time, 11:11 there on the clock. And it's the song, "Listen, children, to a story that was written long ago, about a kingdom on a mountain and the valley folk below." I'm sure you all know the song, One Tin Soldier. If you don't, I certainly don't do it justice. Go and have a listen to it. I was singing that all on the walk, and it came in again this morning, and I had to listen to it right before I hit go live. And this is about the peace that we cultivate in our own heart. We're not going to go out there. Look at the world. It's crazy. Governed by lunatics, demons, guided by angels, angels of light. And we, those of you here with me, we have faced our own demons. Look at this. Oh, I didn't even see. Yeah, they turned the stone upon the mountain. Peace on earth was all it said. 12:21. So, and it's a 29. So another one, another one. Don't run. Let us not run and take cover. Like I've said, I don't want to leave the house. I have to leave the house. I have to go back and report to the JOB. And it's the honest to goodness truth. It's the last thing I want to do today. And yet, I was also, as I was laying in bed last night, and I went to bed very early, you may be feeling the need for more rest. More rest. Perhaps you're feeling your dietary, like the needs of your body are changing. More liquids, more liquids, more liquids. Anyways, as I was laying in bed last night, thinking about having to go to work today, what came through is in some ways, the JOBs for us, we can work to our advantage, even when we don't want to have to go to a JOB. We're here to create a life that doesn't feel like work. It's a great life. Every day is a vacation. And sometimes we need the structure that the JOBs offer us in order to perhaps show up for ourselves. Like today, I've made a juice. I've made a couple of smoothies. Last night I cooked some chicken. My lunch is basically ready. Since I've been off on vacation all week, I've had a hard time feeding myself. I've had a hard time feeding myself. I'll make a smoothie, but all this other stuff. And so the job in some ways offers some structure. And that's, I guess as a woman, I'm very, airy fairy, intuitive, moment to moment, hopping from this to that. And that's the beauty I see now of the masculine energy, is their ability to create structure in their life and routine and real discipline. And, what an amazing gift to the self, as well as when the masculine rises into the role that they're here to fulfill: protection, stability, direction, guidance. What a beautiful gift to the feminine that energy brings. So I guess today I'm saying I'm grateful for my job because it offers a masculine energy in my life, the stability and structure that I tend to, it tends to be more, I wouldn't say struggle with it. Struggle's the easy word. It just tends to be more challenging for me to do it all, and as well as be in the feminine. 1212, yo, hey Zach, how's it going? Welcome, brother. Thanks for being here. And so as we move into this week, knowing we're protected, we're on this continual healing. I really don't feel it ever ends for us in the flesh. And, and yet at the same time, as we continue to heal, we are walking this path of mastery. We are walking the path of forgiveness. We are walking the path of co-creating new earth as we disseminate and scatter our seeds, propagate our seeds of love, our seeds of consciousness into the collective stream without necessarily having to be invested in the collective stream, if that makes sense. Because the projected, I guess I'm starting to feel a little normal again. The projection within the collective stream is this, it's really a conflicted energy. And it's really like, again, listen to the song, One Tin Soldier, right? The people of the mountain said, with our brothers, we will share all the secrets of our mountain, all the riches buried there. Now the valley cried with anger, mount your horses, draw your sword. And they killed the mountain people, so they won their just reward. And they stood there on that mountain, cold and red, and they turned that stone and looked beneath it, and peace on earth was all it said. So we can continue to propagate in the lower stream of things, in the lower energy, the lower consciousness. That's not what we're here for, though. We're not here for that. We are the ones here that are propagating within the higher stream of consciousness. We have invested in ourselves. We have invested in looking beneath the vest of armor to see what rests there as that beautiful sacred heart beats in our chest. The key is for us to get out of our minds so we can come back to the peace. We cultivate the peace that passes understanding in our very own beautiful heart. We are living art. We are the sacred works of art here to continue to ascend into the light, to continue to sow seeds of forgiveness. We're not passing judgment on our brothers and sisters. We're not harming our brothers and sisters with thought, with action, with words. We are here to rise. As above, so below. So we can see what's going on in the earth. Can you imagine what's going on up in those spiritual realms? I just got a lot of tingles all over my head and up through the left foot, which feels really nice. And it's like receiving from Mother Earth. If you're feeling unstable, if you're feeling resistance outside of yourself, this is a call deeper into yourself. And know that you're never alone. As we move deeper into Pisces season, we are not alone. We are receiving. As I was saying, I was feeling this energy through the crown chakra. And you can see this card here. Look at that, Magician. Manifest. We are intimately and eternally connected to loving source. And as the vessel, as the dense third dimensional vessel of source, we are called at all times, at all points, to tap into our inner resource. To tap in and tune into what's going on the inside. because we were born for flight. And yet flight, it's like flight is, it's a huge act of faith. In order for us to fly, we got to open our wings and perhaps open the inner eye and see the vision of the mystical child that lives inside, that just wants to fly. I'm like a bird, I want to fly away, because we may be feeling alone. And in these times of big changes, we often do walk alone. And this, Zach says chaos is coming globally. We need to start focusing on the essential, fortifying our foundations for the mess ahead. We've been doing that. 21-21 for a long time. And although we may feel alone, it does feel like for some of us, this is the end of the solitary journey. This is the end of the solitary walk. We are not only having our protectors in the spiritual realms, not only are we guided and protected in the spiritual realms, we are receiving guidance and protection here in the third dimension. We're opening to sacred connection, because we've released the pain from the inside. We've healed our own heart. And so when I sit here, there may be some that come here and go, man, that woman is rather unstable. She's often crying and da, 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 da. I'm not rather unstable. I'm actually solidifying and liquidating anything that does not allow me and support me to be stable ground. And a part of the healing, a part of the heart opening, is to allow our emotions to be seen and felt. I don't come here and I don't come here with the intention of crying. And yet if tears flow, I allow them to flow for the most part, because it's not for pity. It's not for anyone to feel. This is the love that I feel, not just for myself, for all of us here, for all children on Mother Earth. I feel such undying love for the interconnectedness of all of us. This is where these tears come from. And, perhaps the reason I come here and they flow is because it's to give others permission to let your love flow too. And love doesn't always look like, oh, yes, everything's fine. Love rarely looks like, oh, yes, everything's fine. Love is showing up when things aren't fine. It's been an interesting week plus off, because I can tell you, if I would have allowed myself, I could have sunk. I could have got into a funk. And instead, I created space for deep rest when it came. And as Zach said, continuing to fortify the foundation that I am. Because that's what's so important as we go forward into these chaotic times. Remember, the head has just started crowning. We are now in labor. Humanity is in labor. And we got to move away. And we are here to guide the children away from the terminal uniqueness into their own beautiful expression of source. Girls and boys of the light, of God, of Mother Earth. We're not here to be so unique that it's like extreme uniqueness. We are just here to remember who we are and release anything through the process of transformation, death, and transformation over and over again, perhaps on a daily basis. And we got the 13, the divine feminine, which comes to, the 4, the divine masculine. Choose your battles. Who are you here battling? What are you here in service to? I would say most of us are here in battling our own ego in order to support our wishes and dreams to come true. Because this is what warriors do. The wounded warrior who has healed, the wounded warrior who has been on the solitary journey for years and years, walking 5,000 miles on their own, that cycle has closed. And this is a new cycle that we're all being gifted. We're not fighting anything outside of ourselves. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, Angela Raven, welcome. We're not here fighting anything outside of ourselves. We are here to unify the trifold flame within so that we're no longer fighting battles, these made up battles by lunatics. Address the lunatic that's you. And then indulge your own lunacy in a really beautiful way by healing, by loving yourself, by showing up for yourself so that you can spread your wings. I love and I'm so grateful for the confirmation I receive. I'm so grateful I came here today, even though I didn't want to. I'm, so grateful I'll go back to the job today, even though I don't really want to. I will go forward, continuing to trust my own intuition, standing on my own 2 feet, remembering I am the sacred ground here now, who's meant to fly and live her dreams. Simplicity. The peace that passes understanding begins within. We don't want to be tin soldiers, just another tin soldier. I'm seeing I just saw that. What was he got? The Tin Man. And it's because we're here to overcome our deepest fears. And our deepest fears is we might be like them. Look again. And move on from what doesn't support you, what doesn't feel right. We had 3 angels today: the peace angel, the healing angel, and the angel of healing. So those of you here are the real deal. Thank you for shining and showing in your own life. We're going to just get a couple more cards and we're going to call it, because I'm going to have to go and walk the dog again. He has no idea that he's got what's coming for him, or maybe he does. Again, with the shifting. Shake, rattle, and roll. A bath? I don't know what you mean by a bath, Angela. I have to go to work and the dog's going to go for a walk. No, he's not in for a bath. He's in for a 9-hour stretch home alone. Shifting. And every time I had this visual a couple times over the weekend, and I heard shake, rattle, and roll. Oh, come on, shake, rattle, and roll. But I was really seeing, remember when you were a child and those little sifters in the sand? I was always looking for gold. I was always looking for gold. And I did find a lot of pyrite, which is known as fool's gold. Oh, I think that's a stone that may be useful for us this week. I haven't mentioned it in a long time. Let me see if I can find some right here handy. This is not pyrite, but it's a similar feel. Right order. Can we continue to cultivate faith as we manifest heaven on earth in our own experience, trusting that everything is unfolding at the hand or as a result of a loving universe, a loving God, a loving creator, a loving source? Right order is like divine timing, patience in the unfolding. And to remain patient with ourselves as we're feeling, like I feel so terse and tense. I went and got a coffee this morning and the lady's like, "How are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm feeling a little off today, a little in a bad mood." She says, "You're never in a bad mood." And I'm like, "Well, not often." Not often. I am honest when I am, though. And worthy. Let us remember we are worthy of our wishes and dreams coming true. No one can take that from us. We could give it away, though. We could sell ourselves short, though. We're not here to do that. We're here to continue to break away from the hive as we, as the sacred geometric piece of the puzzle, comes online. And this is the thing, the puzzle's been so watered down because the children have been led astray. The children have been led away from their hearts. So they all think that they got to be like so out there, different than what they are, instead of, no, beautiful one, just be your heart. We don't have to go crazy out there. We don't have to be like, hey, look at me. And, as I've said here on this channel before, anything that has us feeling like rage and outrage and anger at our sisters and brothers, at our fellow humans, is leading us away from who we truly are. We have to address all of this stuff inside before we experience peace on earth. And yet, the beauty is we get to experience peace in our life when we continue to show up for ourselves. Yeah. Another one. Like, we've got how many ones here today? 6, 7 ones. This is the new beginning. This is Pisces season. Pisces is spiritualizing matter. And Pisces is also, like, when we think about it in matter, the biggest component to us feeling peace in our life is stabilized emotional waters, being in charge of our emotions. And that doesn't mean we repress our emotions or hide them. We address them. We acknowledge that they exist. We befriend them. And then this is how we heal. We release. And so this is about bringing spirit to matter, manifesting in the 3D, being the magician in your own life. Slow and steady. You're not late. And it's up to us to cultivate as we continue to disseminate, scatter our seeds of love that we're sowing. Spiritualized matter, new life, sparkles, bedding in light. I like that. Ether and matter. Like joy and pain, sunshine and rain, clouds and sun, then the sun again. This is how we awaken. I just keep getting chills all through my body. Play. It's okay to relax, smile again, share your flow. Can we do that? Yeah, we can. Know who you are, DNA activation. And so this is why we may be feeling shaky, because we are leveling up. We are holding a higher frequency consistently. And perhaps we're being called to hold higher frequencies and not hide ourselves. Pump it up, sunshine and rain, sing it louder, children, joy and pain. Right? You got it, Zach. And, we are responsible for all of it. We must really stop. Like, if we want to really get to know ourselves better, imagine you're walking out there in the world, like with mirrors facing outward. And begin to recognize that everywhere you look, you see yourself. And so perhaps that's a way to support some to stop the judgment of the external as we continue to cultivate the joy in our life, the joy that is born of pain. Integration. This is it. Now we have 3 threes. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced way, in a balanced symphony of life. We're the symphony, here to harmonize so that we can experience delight, the sun, knowing that the sun will always shine again. And sometimes, if we're really lucky, the sun shines through the rain and we see the rainbow. That is us. Do you experience the delight of a child when you see a rainbow in the sky? This is how God wants you to get excited when you see the love that shines through your eyes. Quick, go look in the mirror. What do you see? What you see, God holds very near and dear. 10. The new beginning is here. The new life is here. Continue to cultivate from a space of love and not fear. One, two, or three, and we're going to pull some fertility. Yeah, we're moving into some fertile time. 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to get going because I've got a dog waiting on me. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 for us. Okay, so if you were guided to number 1, here's a little extra something for you for the coming week. Support. Right back to the beginning. You are never alone. And this is a strong, powerful, masculine energy at home in their own skin. You are the stable building block. Breathe deep and begin again and again and again and again. Keep going. You're never alone. Call on Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael wants you to feel at home in the vessel of flesh that is home of your soul. You are here to grow, and you're not here to go it alone. So perhaps if you're feeling alone this week, number 1, reach out. Reach out and ask for help. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. Lean on the people in your life. We may not have a lot of people in your life. I'm pretty sure, though, that you do have people in your life that love and care about you and would be happy to support you if they only knew you needed some support. Maybe just a compassionate ear. Maybe a strong shoulder to lean on. However it goes, number 1s, this week you are not alone, and you are clearing away anything that is not built on truth and integrity, stability. Number 2, lead with purpose, leadership, sacred leadership. Number 9, gone are the days of the external guru that says, do as I say, not as I do, and they fly around the world and they do things that you and I wouldn't do. This is about integral leadership, leading from the heart. It may not look pretty. It may not look strong. I can guarantee you, sacred leadership is the way forward. This is the way that we grow as a human collective. And remember, we are here at the very beginning of a very large cycle, a 2,000-year cycle. And so please remain focused on the divine truth that love is always winning, and love is eternally living within you here and now, within all of us. We are sacred ground. And so number 2, I'm very excited for you. This is about how you show up for yourself and how you show up in the world to guide and lead others. It's not about lifting ourselves up above another or viewing ourselves as better than the other. We're certainly not. And yet, some of us have been cultivating for a very long time. We've been walking the path of the inner, the hermit, if you will, healing and clearing away and softening and, polishing the rough edges. And it's been a long, long road. And it's had many a winding turns. And it always leads us to who knows where, who knows when, our own heart. And when we're in there, then who knows what's going to be on the horizon for us. So continue, stick to your vision. Lead with purpose. What is your passion? What are you passionate about? Cultivate that. Work on that. And if you were guided to number 3, service. 10, the new beginning. The new beginning, leading with your heart, serving from a heart space. It's got to start at home. Charity begins at home. Look at the world stage. You can't go around the world and fix the world while your home crumbles and falls down around you. It's the same for us. We can't go out there and do what we're meant to do, step into our role of leadership. Yes, it's true. Step into our roles of leadership if our home is falling around down all around us. I mean, sometimes we light the match that supports the burn. And then what we're left with is, this is where we grow from. This becomes the fertile ground for all those seeds that we've disseminated, the seeds of love that we're sowing, that we've scattered around. I feel like I've got like dry skin on my nose here. This is total leading with your heart, folks. Perhaps not always easy. And yet, you know what? When we remember that we're worthy, and we remember that we're here in service to a higher calling, the highest calling of unconditional love, undying love, then, you know, it becomes we can start saying it's a little more easy breezy. Perhaps we enjoy the summer breezes, and even the winter breezes a little more. I don't know. Contribution to the whole. What we do in our home supports. Like I said, listen to the song, One Tin Soldier. It's not about going out there and, you know, all of a sudden, because we all want peace on earth, that it's here. We must create the peace. We must create the peace on the inside that allows us to go forward and wear our heart on our sleeve or our forehead or whatever. And perhaps we put a mirror heart on our forehead so that others can see how beautiful they are too. And so for all of us, these 2 cards, but I really just want to say, as we venture into this new week, let us remain focused on feeling steady through our own 2 feet, through feeling calm in our heart. If our heart starts racing, we breathe in, we slow it down. We, remember that we are so worthy and deserving of all good things, and show up for ourselves. Show up for yourself, everyone. Peter Gabriel, Zach says, Peter Gabriel's in your eyes, buzzing in your head all through this live. Yeah. What do you see when you go look in the mirror? They say the soul, or the light, shines through our eyes. The eyes are the window of the soul. Go look at your beautiful eyes and see the light that shines from the inside. It's not shining in your eyes. That's like, blinded by the light, wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Didn't everybody say wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night? That's what they said in the 80s. We didn't know. I didn't know. I think we were all singing wrapped up like a douche. But yeah, the light doesn't shine in us. The light shines out of us. And one clear space to see this light is through the eyes. And so, Zach, I want you to go look at your beautiful eyes. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, now it's all coming together why I've been feeling so off. It's all coming together. We have just gone through a profound shift. And it feels like the last 15, 16, 17 months has been like emptying out the vessel, like tearing it all away, burning it all away. having perhaps an ego death or two along the way, as so that we could come more authentically into the light of creation that we are. Because some of us here are star seeds, the child of the universe. I would suspect to say we are all star seeds. Angel Raven says, don't you need ego though? Well, yes, we need ego in the sense that it supports us to make free will choices that serve our greatest and highest good. Negative ego from an unhealed place or a wounded space will have us imposing our views, our wills on other people. So negative ego, we want a balanced, clear ego, which is going to allow us to be guided, because ego resides in the solar plexus, as does free will choice. And so, the ego that many girls and boys, us, have had to overcome and move through is the ego that separated us from experiencing the fullness of life. Because our ego is created from, the space of the wounded child, or the child, the pure child, who then gets wounded and then creates all these little compartments and defense mechanisms, if you will, to get through the world. So yes, ego is absolutely a necessity, and we want to balance our ego so that we are working in service to our greatest and highest good. We're getting out of our own way, getting those things that say, no, we're not worthy. No, you're not good enough. No, you can't do that. Or you must believe as I believe, or we can't be. Like, that is negative ego. Positive is spirit guides us to do, practice more self-care and more self-love. And we follow that guidance. That's, we're either ego driven or spirit guided. So we get to choose. I hope that answers your question, Angela. Zach says we're overly sensitized and securitized too, holding you back. Yeah, like, and the ego will prevent us. My experience has been when I didn't swallow my pride, the jagged little pills that I needed to swallow, I really shut myself off from life. I shut myself off from people I loved. And so, that's been a great gift of growing up and waking up and healing, is the multiple ego deaths and the growing in humility. I don't always have to be right. I'm not always right. And people don't have to agree with me even when I am right. It's okay. It's okay. And Cosmos, infinite and eternal. Number 39, we've got 12 there and 10. We're the channel of light who is being gifted this abundant new beginning. We just have, as we go through this week, I would encourage us all to continue to tune in, especially when we're feeling like overly sensitive, or we're feeling, destabilized or a little bit off. Let us just show up for ourselves as God shows up for us, loving ourselves through it all, asking what we can do for ourselves to help us feel better, and do those things. Heed that guidance. And remember, as we move forward, we are eternally loved and protected. Trust your beautiful heart. This is where we are now, folks. It's like we're in the birth canal. The head is peeking out. And we must continue to hold our sacred ground. Yes, the ego can shut us down, keeping us from progress. Absolutely. And it seeks to do that, right? And yet spirit seeks for us to progress and to grow up and to trust our heart knows best. Your heart, my heart, I know what's best for me. Your heart knows what's best for you. Let us continue to strengthen and trust the heart that beats within me and you. With that being said, everyone, I'm out. We'll see you here tomorrow for Monday with the Angels. And we'll probably be here 11:44 again. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Wish me luck back at the JOB today. I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for it. And yet I will get through it. So with that being said, everyone, we'll see you here tomorrow. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up and pouring into my cup. And thank you most of all for pouring into your own beautiful cup. This is where the peace that passes understanding is cultivated. I love you too, Zach. Angel Guides, thank you for being here. And Angela Raven, thank you for being here. I'll see you all again soon. Take good care. I've got the peace that passes understanding.